Hello again. Match day one of this season's UEFA Champions League, and Manchester United's defence of the trophy they won 16 weeks ago has started with a surprise goalless draw at Old Trafford against Croatia's Zagreb. Now to the team who finished just 1 point adrift of United in the Premiership, Arsenal. Their opening game tonight was away in Italy against Fiorentina. Commentary comes from David Pleat and Peter Drury.
Florentine football folk are in quite a spin. Arsenal's is their first ever visit from an English club. The city is beautiful, the evening steamy, the crowd a cacophony of purple. It's Fiorentina's Champions League debut, but these names are at home in this competition. Three indeed have won it before: Delivio, Heinrich and Mijatovic. His arrival and that of Chiesa create, along with Batistuta, perhaps the most thrilling front line in Italy. Carry-over suspensions for Parler and Dixon mean a first Arsenal start for Oleg Luzhny, so imposing at this level for Kiev. Bergkamp's long drive has brought no ill effects. Overmars didn't train last night, but he's fine. Amazingly, only Grimandi of this 11 started Arsenal's last European game in Athens in December. German referee Helmut Krug oversaw the Gunners in Lens a year ago this week. Well, this time Arsenal really believe it is on. The current champions of Europe, remember, began their run to glory as English runners-up. Arsenal start now with the self-same status and with a squad significantly strengthened, David, since falling just short of the mark in the Champions League at the last attempt.
Yes, I think that Arsene Wenger will be relatively happy with his depth today, without the impressive, massive presence of Petit, also missing Dixon and Parler, and Seaman's experience in goal. The bench looks quite strong. Lukic, Vivas, Henry, Silvinho, Maltz, Canu and Upson.
And here's Mijatovic, who's won a European Champions League only a couple of years back. Rui Costa. Heinrich is clear of Luzhny and went over, but the flag was up.
Well, it was a good run by Heinrich. He almost caught Luzhny napping. The judgment was offside, but it all came as a result of a quick free kick in the centre of the field. Arsenal must be aware they've already had one on the left, which Rui Costa put in quickly. They're obviously a team where Trapattoni says, if we get a decision, quickly put the ball down and play.
Bergkamp. Vieira, bit of space. Overmars, he's come in field and he's got Winterburn wide again, but Overmars has had a go! Not quite the sweetness of contact with which we've come to associate him, but Arsene Wenger will have glimpsed a little light here.
Yeah, he got a slight deflection, I thought, but it was worth an attempt at goal, and Winterburn did well to make the extra man on the outside, which just took the attention of Retka.
Overmars, who scored on match day one last year in Europe, and who has Ljungberg through the middle. It's Fredrik Ljungberg! Oh! No clearer cut chance will there be. Fine smothering save by Toldo, but Ljungberg had plenty of goal to see.
Well, a classic. He looked up, he delivered the most perfect ball. Ljungberg had a chance to take a touch before delivering. It was almost an open invitation, and sadly Lundberg rolled it straight towards Toldo.
Toys. Vieira. Couldn't get away from Rui Costa. Fiorini clear. Mijatovic away from Luzhny. And away from Grimandi. And with Batistuta ahead of him. And Chiesa, who lost it beneath his feet. First glimpse of flair in the Fiorentina side. And Chiesa couldn't capitalise. Vieira. Overmars. Winterburn going wide again to distract Delivio, who's caught in between two minds, and Overmars had a crack because of that, sensing a space. Fiorentina finished third in Serie A last season. 13 and 14 points behind Lazio and the champions AC Milan. And now Patrick Vieira's got himself into trouble for that challenge on Mijatovic. He's clocking up the yellow cards already this season, at home and now abroad.
Well, I have to say there was very little there, and I really do believe that the referee has made an early a problem for himself in the bookings of Palladino and Vieira there.
Palladino with the free kick. Mijatovic trying to turn. Grimandi going in and determined that the Yugoslav dived.
Well, Grimandi is reminding Mr. Klug that tackling is allowed.
There's no doubt that boot made contact with ball there. Mijatovic is sometime magician over these. Rui Costa has a crack or two. Chiesa packs a punch. And of course there's Batistuta. High and not too handsome. And he certainly hasn't found his range yet. But he has won a corner. More by luck than judgment. Grimandi got up highest. Bergkamp tried to turn in the centre circle. The referee let it go. Chiesa, nice touch. Rui Costa, dangerous here. Away from Winterburn's outstretched leg. Di Livio in support of Rui Costa, who crosses instead towards Batistuta. Mijatovic, Batistuta, Maringa's got there, and finally Keown can bring it away. And the referee, anyway, has come to the Austrian goalkeeper's salvation. Well, he was in the thick of it there. Now Austria's #1 keeper.
Well, it was a fine deep ball, good header over the back of Lusny, and really Maninga did tremendously well to block the first one.
And Toldo will be aware of the height that they offer to Arsenal. Winterburn's ball is flicked on, and Adams is still in there, and Toldo came, and Vieira had a go. And Toldo eventually was protected by the German referee, and Adams is hurt.
There's a super header there at the near post area. I think it was Dawasuka that flicked it. And yet every Fiorentina player back. And that's where you see probably got a knee in the back there, Adams.
And of course, his back is his problem. Ljungberg, Suker, 2 against 2 for a second for Arsenal. Bergkamp through the channel. Dennis Bergkamp's gone down, and the referee has waved it on. He felt sure that Fiorini had stolen his legs away from under him. Di Livio. Quace. Di Livio. Mijatovic. Batistuta. Mijatovic has gone down, and the referee has waved it on. And Arsenal can break while the flurry of Florentine protests go up.
Well, I think, as in that case there, where they have been impeded there, Fiorentina, I have to say it might have been an obstruction. Here we see Mijatovic play the ball, he goes for the second ball, he dives. But certainly there was no intent on Keown's part.
Bergkamp with a neat turn and winning Arsenal a corner. The tempo is suddenly raised, there's more cohesion. The referee's at the centre of a storm again. And Overmars is over a free kick. And Suker is waiting with Repka at his back there, and Batistuta is adding his hand to the defensive deck. And Keown is forward. Overmars deep. Adams to bring it down! And to lift it over.
Oh, great chance, Tony.
Well, he's the last man for Arsenal left in the side to score against Italian opposition. He did so against Torino in the Cup Winners' Cup 4 or 5 years back. He got one at Wembley, of course, famously against Panathinaikos last year, and from range similar to this.
Well, it calmed it down nicely, and it was a little volley.
Dilivio. Cois. Fiorini. And it was by Luzhny. It was an unorthodox one. Mijatovic never got off the ground. Luzhny wasn't going to let him.
It's very clever, Mijatovic. He can induce a foul out of nothing. Batistutta's having a few words with the referee. Hasn't done too much tonight.
Luzhny. Vieira. Rimondi. Kanu. Vieira. Good from Arsenal. Good from Patrick Vieira. Vieira! Now that was intent. First real strike of the match from Patrick Vieira. In terms of his thrust from midfield, his clever passing, his desire as he broke into the box.
Yes, he's getting closer. Well, we talk about a lack of rhythm in the game, but of course if there's every few seconds, then there's never going to be a rhythm. Well, I think Heinrich caught Luzhny there. Luzhny overtook him, but Heinrich gets the free kick.
Rui Costa played it in. Up in the air by Rimondi. Dilivio. Up by Keogh.
A good spot by the referee, no question about that.
But from the prior free kick, there were Italians in the crowd who thought they'd seen a hand. And they might have had a point against Luzhny. The whole thing's getting a little fiery now. Batistuta has engaged himself in more than one dialogue now with the referee. Trapattoni is bouncing up and down by the bench. Hasn't happened for the Argentine yet, but he only needs a moment. Ljungberg! Deflection off Repka, and it's Arsenal's corner. Again, a surprising amount of space for the Swede.
He's working very hard. And it all came as a result of massive work in defence and bringing the ball out by Vieira.
Winterberg. Kanu. Kanu! Oh! It's on moments like that that the Nigerian has been building his reputation. And it's moments like that that caused Arsene Wenger to splash out on him.
Lovely ball in as well from Winterburn. Dropped into his feet, but it was a great turn.
Rimondi, Vieira, as imposing a figure as there's been in the Arsenal side. Adams, Winterberg. Overmars, lovely ball, Ljungberg's onto it, Frederick Ljungberg, Toldo brought him down, it's a penalty. Or so Ljungberg felt. Well, there's some confusion at the waving of the yellow card, because at first it seemed that he'd shown it to the Swede, assuming a dive, but the contact was clear, and the penalty has indeed been awarded, And Trapattoni has reason to fear rather more than Arsene Wenger. It's Kanu who is poised. Well, that will hurt. Toldo conceded it. Toldo was booked, and Toldo saved from Kanu, the closure of whose eyes in disappointment paints a picture worth more than 1,000 words.
Well, it was a slightly lazy effort. It was far too close. Toldo gathered that a couple of yards from his line. Whether that will inspire Fiorentina, I don't know, but it's certainly Arsenal who are dictating this game.
Out by Kois. Heinrich couldn't get there. Kanu, leg was up, flags up. Fiorentina's ball. Points dropped by Arsenal in view of their performance. By so far the superior side. They created these superior chances, and they had one outstanding chance, saved by Toldo in the Fiorentina goal, when Kanu from 12 yards had the penalty opportunity to give Arsenal a win they truly merited. A satisfactory start to the Champions League campaign in one respect by the London side, but there will be a feeling that it could have been so much better. The final score in Florence is Fiorentina 0, Arsenal 0.
I would say I'm very happy with the performance, but not with the result. We dropped 2 points tonight, but you have to really give credit to the team to come here. We dominated nearly the whole game and were well organized and played very well, but unfortunately we couldn't finish the game.
We little bit disappointed because I think tactically we play a good football, and I think if we watch the game we can say we lost 2 points. But as a football, we didn't. We just need some luck. We didn't have it today. Maybe we're gonna have it next one.
You see, every player can miss a penalty, and always when somebody misses, you get the same questions. You have to accept that the penalty is part of a game, and that's not. It looks easy, but it's not easy.
Is there a feeling of déjà vu compared to last season, or do you feel your squad, the way they performed tonight, have shown more?
I think we have shown much more tonight, and we're competitive in every area of the game, and it's very positive, very positive.
What will you say to your players now, because of course you're into another Champions League game next week?
To think that we have done well and that we have to build from that, and not to be sorry for the 2 points we lost tonight.
Barcelona sneaking it. Arsene Wenger still very positive, Glenn, and he deserved to be. They should have won it, not least with that controversial penalty incident. How did you see all that? Because there were several things to talk about here.
Oh, well, without a doubt, this is a definite penalty. Lundberg makes a great running in behind the defence, and the keeper's come out, Toldo's come out with his feet, as you can see there, and that is a definite penalty. There's no two ways about it.
He should have gone, shouldn't he?
But the other thing, it's a definite sending off. The referee, look, raises the yellow, but it should have been red, and he shouldn't have been there to save the penalty.
Now.
But even here, as you see, look, you're allowed to move along the line.
As a goalie?
Yeah, but before the ball's kicked, look, he's come out maybe 2-3 yards nearly when he makes
when did you ever see a referee stop that?
They never do.
They used to.
But he's made it 3 yards, you know, and that's not allowed. That should have been retaken. But it was interesting because Kanu's technique, he comes up slowly, but there, he's looking at the keeper. I've seen him do this season before, and I was very surprised he hasn't reversed it into the other corner because the goalie moves so quickly. His technique is actually looking at the keeper when he actually strikes the ball.
They're so strict with the rules, the referees, but it comes to things like that, they just don't put them in anymore. But anyway, Arsenal did have the best chances all the way through it, didn't they, Glenn?
They certainly did, yeah. They played terrific tonight, and Overmars, particularly down that left-hand side, like, he just has a little glance up. He plays a wonderful ball for Lundenberg again, and there's no conviction there. That's why, you know, the ball hasn't ended in the back of the net. Tony Adams again, just with it was just rising. He was very unlucky that the ball didn't sit down on the grass for him, and I think he'd have finished it. It was just rising, and he lifted it over the top of the bar.
They badly need 3 points next week at Wembley against Solna of Stockholm.
Well, they do, and the problem is not getting the win that they deserve tonight. That would have given them a lot of confidence going into that game. But I think they'll win. I think that was a great performance from Arsenal tonight.
They did okay, didn't they?